Credit card debt in the U.S. hit an expensive milestone. Credit card debt in the U.S. hit an expensive milestone this week. Nationwide, it surpassed $1 trillion for the first time ever. Now, that's according to new data released by the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. The average credit card balance per customer was just over $5,900 in the second quarter of 2023. Joining us now to talk more is Michelle Lambright Black. She's the founder of CreditWriter.com. So, Michelle, why have credit card balances increased so dramatically in recent years?
Well, when credit card usage increases, it's usually a symptom of some kind of underlying problem. And recently, consumers have been facing a lot of issues. Inflation has been rampant for several months. And even though inflation figures are starting to trend downward, prices are still up for a lot of people on a ton of goods and services. And that's like a pay cut for millions of consumers. On top of high prices, people are facing rising interest rates. Last January, I personally got a mortgage for 2.75%. Today, that same mortgage would be 6.99%. And if you look at the average cost or the median price of a home today, which is $410,000, the difference in price on a mortgage would be over $1,000 a month difference if I had purchased a home for the median price today versus last January. And credit card interest rates are on the rise as well. The average credit card interest rate in 2022 was 16.65%, according to the Federal Reserve. In May of 2023, it was 22.16%. So between inflation and rising interest rates, it's just placing a strain on the finances of millions of Americans. And that's just causing credit card debt to soar upward, as we see with those increasing credit card debt figures for people across the country.
Yeah, inflation has made the things that we purchase more expensive, but I think also there has been, well documented, a lot of shop therapy that's gone into how we have coped both with the pandemic and with the anxiety that we've had in this post-pandemic new reality. I'm wondering if you can tell us more about what age groups in the U.S. are struggling, more about the demographics, about who is struggling the most to pay off credit card debt.
Absolutely. So you mentioned earlier that it's just under $6,000 is the average credit card balance per consumer, but different age groups are affected differently. So the age group that has the highest credit card debt is actually 40 to 49-year-olds, and the average credit card balance for that age group is $7,600. That was according to TransUnion data. And I see we have Experian data up here. And that shows that Generation X, so around that same age group, actually has an average balance of $7,336 there for their average credit card balance. Baby boomers are next in line with an average credit card balance of $5,800, a little bit over that. Millennials are next with almost a $5,000 average balance. The silent generation with $3,163, and then Gen Z, holding up the rear there with the smallest balance. And that's usually because they have the lowest credit limits. So the younger generation is usually able to charge less than older generations because they haven't gotten those higher credit limits available to them yet in most cases.
Real quick, Michelle, because we promised our viewers some tips. Does it make sense to try and roll over credit card debt into a 0% interest new credit card? Yes or no?
Yes, if you can do it responsibly and avoid future overspending, it absolutely can be a good way to get out of debt. Absolutely. But you got to avoid future overspending.
All right. Michelle Lambright Black, thank you.